Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily Low with your host, Matt McGregor and the Tone Vase. Good morning, mate. How are you? Where are you?
Morning. I'm good. I am in Colorado. I'll be here until the weekend, through the weekend actually, and then I'll be off to Mexico.
Are you staying downtown Colorado? Where are you staying?
No. I actually drove down. It's an area called Penrose. It's like south of Colorado Springs. It's like 2 hours south of Denver. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, and it's
Have
kind
you
of
have you
nice.
ever been to Have you ever been to Breckenridge?
I don't think so.
So nice, so nice. Well, I was in Denver in February this year, and the downtown Denver was really nice, but I felt a bit funny. Like 15 minutes outside the city, it was like ghetto. Even this is like the best city in America, I heard. But like downtown was great, but it was pretty empty. But then I went up to like,
Yeah, but then you go 15 minutes outside of
yeah,
that, and it's like the most beautiful state in the country.
please. That was what I was going to say, mate. I went up the hills to like the Rocky Mountains to Breckenridge and Aspen, and it was just glorious, man. It was fucking. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is why America is great. Like I could see it. I saw it. All right. I didn't mean to offend any Yankees in the group. I thought it was fantastic. All right, let's go into the charts. Did I do screen share? Here we go. All right, look, we didn't do a show yesterday, and the previous show we did, the price was at about 111, so not dissimilar to the price is right now. We had a bit of a rally. In fact, I saw this candle opening back here. I know people hate when I say that, but I thought, oh shoot, there's probably a trade on here with that nice pump that we had off the low, just supported by the MRI support and resistance. I didn't put the trade on, but I actually it doesn't mean anything, but I saw there was a bit of movement, right? But I didn't put the trade on, and it just goes back to what I said on Monday's show, where the moving averages, when you're on the wrong side of them, become resistance, where they're support onto the upside. As I said, if you didn't see it, when the prices are on the 4 hour on all the moving averages, right? When we're above the moving averages, we keep using the 30 or the 50 as support. And then when we cracked down below the moving averages, we used it as resistance the first attempt. And look at this, to almost the dollar of the 30 simple moving average. We've got rejected, which is what I expect in a downwards trend. So where does it put us? Well, the last 4 hour candle that happened, 3 hours ago, closed below the support and resistance of Tone Vase's MRI. Not good. Not good. This has had a little bit of a nothing. It's not even worth talking about this candle. I'm not happy with the 4 hour time frame. Not in any way. I'm not happy with the 4 hour time frame. Moving up to the daily time frame, it is the same point as the 4 hour, where we broke below the moving averages. We came back up and retouched on the 30 and the 50 and the 7 simple moving average, and clear cut got rejected. This, I think, our last hope. I don't want to be so hyperbolic. It doesn't mean anything long term. I'm not that concerned. I'll just draw a little circle. Look, I can. Right, let's keep that. I can see a case for somewhere in this. It's not what I wanted, right? Like somewhere in this zone over here, which people hate, but I'm just pointing to a zone which stays above that 108 of being a chance to put in a higher low. But I'm not acting on it. I don't see it. I just can't. I'll believe it when I see it, is what I'm saying. Like we come down to 110, 109, put in a really good recovery and boost off, fine. But that's really, really speculative. The market, to me, looks bearish. The wave is red. We keep getting rejected. We bounce right back up to the point that we broke down at. We haven't been able to reclaim any of the moving averages. The daily looks poor. Finishing off for the weekly, but I'll go into this in more detail tomorrow, so I'll just briefly talk about it. We're in no man's land, and this candle is nothing. It could finish strong. I don't know. But look, I think that we're begging to get back to here, which is at that 104 as it stands right now, to retouch on that 30 simple moving average to get to like the previous high that we put in. I think the price is begging for that. And And barring that, I don't know. It's scary if we start to get below the 50 simple moving average. Look at the 50 simple moving average does not enjoy being broken. It loves to support the price. But I think that we're looking at years of bad luck if we lose this area. Coming back to you now, Time. Before I do, this is one of your last days to sign up for this fantastic deposit that we have here on Blowfin. This is the best non-KYC exchange that we have out there, guys. I really, really like it. And more than that, we have BitGet. If you don't care about KYC, I think that's a real dominant exchange. Please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Once again, all those trades, I'll just quickly go back into it because we've got one extra minute of time today. Let me go back to the charts for a second, Tone. All of those altcoin trades, which I was in and currently still in, I'll just breeze through them really quickly on the 4-hour time frame because they're all looking good. And I posted all of this in the Discord group. It's all there for you to jump on these trades, copy these trades. That black line is my short, 2x leverage short. Sui trade's good. The Ethereum trade's looking good. The Link chain's looking really good. I entered back on the 25th or the 13th of September. I entered all these trades. That's looking really strong. The XRP trade's looking really good. The Dogecoin is still the only one of all those trades that I put on that still is a losing trade for me as it stands right now. Very minimal. But it's all there. I posted all this live in real time on the Discord group, which you're all welcome to join. Come across. It's a great community. Tone, tell me, mate, are we going to be okay? What's happening?
No, I'm in a similar boat to you. Let me go to my screen share here.
That's a nice looking boat, though.
And the monthly chart, while still giving us a green candle, this is now a very weak candle, which is now showing up with a red tone-based volume. So this is even though this candle closes green, there's nothing bullish about this candle. Weekly chart. The weekly chart is looking like a total disaster at this point. If we close in this vicinity or any lower than this, it doesn't even matter. Any close below 113 creates a very horrible prediction of what is going to happen next candle. And next candle is going to start giving us a red count. And a red count is one candle away from a red star candle. Now, the last time the red star candle, while it did create a brand new low close and a significant low close, like a 2-month, this is the weekly chart, like a 2-month low close. We did kind of bounce and reverse for a while. And one of the reasons for that reversal was an MRI buy. And that's what also Matt kind of mentioned. There's a chance we bounce this weekend on another MRI buy, and if that low is higher than the prior low, even though we're already pushing some of these trend lines. And this is what I meant in prior videos. Let me get rid of that circle. This is what I meant in prior videos that there is a chance that we get a MRI buy and a reversal, but this next reversal is going to be even harder to pull off than the prior reversal because the moving averages are now in a shittier position. You are once again going to be in the vicinity of a double bottom. We're going to lose the 128-day moving average again, and there's only so many times that one moving average can keep supporting the price of Bitcoin. And these moving averages are going to start to cross over real soon. And Bitcoin is not looking very good right now. And like Matt said, he's not very optimistic about buying this low, just like I wasn't very optimistic about buying the last low. Now, the last low did create, a decent rally. It made it all the way to 117, but look where we are right now. It was a decent rally as a dead cat bounce. It wasn't. It didn't take us to new all-time highs, and that's why I was looking at this bounce a little bit with a skeptical eye, and that's because the weekly chart was kind of bothering me on this bounce because we were bouncing in the middle of nowhere on a weekly scale. Had this low came in, a little bit lower at 104 and bounced on a weekly MRI buy, not a weekly red star candle, I would have been a lot more bullish on this rally. But in this case, I was a little bit skeptical, and that skepticism has been justified, even though we gave it a good run. We gave it a good shot. It's like a sports team that has this ridiculous comeback in the second half of the game, but still loses the game, right? It's a great effort, but it didn't take you over the finish line. And right now we are breaking down now, just like this MRI buy here. We are looking at another MRI buy this weekend. Today is Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, so look, come next week, we got a shot. And the only good thing I will say about it is we are, a lot closer, and all these moving averages are bunched up. So it's not going to take much to get us over these moving averages. And then if we can make it to this double top at 117 again, then I become very bullish. So while the only good news I can tell you guys is I wasn't going to be super bullish until we made it all the way to 119, the next time we rally, I will be bullish once we break this 117 area. So that's the only good news I have. These arrows are no longer relevant. I'm going to delete them. And I will just say, okay, if we're lucky, let's see if we can rally back to 117 and then use these moving averages as support. And now the big bullish trade happens at the break of 117 instead of at the break of 119. So this lowers my area of a breakout, especially if we do put in a higher low, because now we will start to make what looks like an ascending triangle. And that is one of my all-time favorite patterns. But in order to do this, we really can't go any lower on candle closes. Like, we can't have any closes below 110, maybe even below 111. So we can kind of swing to the low side, and that's it. I will add one last thing on this daily chart. We didn't do a video yesterday, so we didn't cover this green candle. But the last time we did do a video, I said based on this candle's close, September 22nd, based on Monday's candle close, I was confident that the following candle was going to give us a lower low. Not necessarily a low close, but at least a lower low. Then we had a bearish candle on Tuesday when we did our show. So what would my expectation be for Wednesday? Well, my expectation for Wednesday would be a new swing low, which we got. Now, because this was a nice green candle, my expectation going into the current candle was not, we're going to make a new low close, right? So I don't want to say like I'm predicting all these lower swings, right? So going into current candle, I was actually more encouraged. I wasn't looking for a new swing low on current candle. But now that we got a new swing low on current candle, any close below this 128-day moving average makes me expect a new lower swing low tomorrow, or at least on Saturday. So at this point, unless we somehow magically rally all the way and make a reversal candle out of today, which I'm not expecting, I will be looking for new lows this weekend. So that's kind of my expectation going into the weekend. Short-term chart, I'm not really interesting right now. My calendar, I am at Observer Ranch in central Colorado. And from here, I will be in Mexico. I still got to fill out the rest of my schedule. Doing very poorly on this current cycle, which is why I think the cycle is going to last longer in time than prior cycles to make up for that. Bitcoin dominance is rising, so that means shitcoins are crashing. Maybe I'll peek at Ethereum. Gold might have topped right here. I know it's topping in a weird place based on a daily candle, but if you look at it on a weekly scale, it has given us a reversal candle and a negative tone base volume. So if this candle does close as a shooting star candle, ideally I want to see this drop a little bit. The high for gold was 3,825. That is very close to 4,000. So a round number could not break the MRI acceleration line, which replaced the prior acceleration line. And right now, if we continue to drop a little bit more, if we close, let's say below 3,750 on the weekly scale, I would, say that gold has topped. Let's look for a 1 to 4 candle correction. But I still think that the monthly can drive gold to higher prices. We still have room on the monthly scale. So I would be careful with gold in the month of October. The month of October is where the stock market tends to find a low and go up, but the stock market has only been going up. Silver is still rising, and that's okay. Silver has a little more room on the weekly to run. And the gold-silver ratio is interesting. We are now going past that 1 to 4 candle correction stage. We can say this is the 4th candle. The MRI support is here. So it's possible that this can pull back a little bit more, but I still think that any day now, this is going to reverse and gold will outperform silver going forward, starting now. Oil is not interesting. S&P 500 is, no wonder Bitcoin took a little bit of a dump. So let me analyze the S&P here for a minute. So the S&P is on a weekly MRI warning candle, which means that on Monday, we should be printing a weekly MRI top. And it will not be a second consecutive MRI top because we broke the count right here. We completed extension A, but we still have extensions B and C. So while this could be, a 1 to 4 candle pullback on the S&P similar to gold, I still think the S&P has more upside to go. But this drop in the S&P and very likely a 10 a.m. reversal this morning, let me go to the 10-minute chart. Well, look at that, right? The big rally candle is the 10 a.m. candle. The low comes in around 9:45, but the low close comes in on the 9:50 candle. Let me go a 5-minute candle, actually. Let's get this a little more perfect. The low comes in on the 9:40 candle. That's the closing low. So the swing low comes in after 9:45. Well, okay, let's just say 9:45 between these two candles. And the big rally begins on the 10 a.m. candle. So there's your 10 a.m. reversal. Any 10 a.m. reversal greater than 10 points is amazing money to be made. This one went up 30 points in a matter of 20 minutes. That's amazing, 25 minutes. And S&P is looking bullish to me right here. If the S&P can break this swing high area, we can definitely close the gap. So Bitcoin has a chance to rally a smidge. I am concerned over the daily MRI top in Bitcoin. In the S&P. Not the daily, the weekly MRI top in the S&P, because we were on a warning candle. And we see where that goes. So I would, take it easy. But Bitcoin has not been rallying with the stock market. So maybe Bitcoin will rally when the stock market pulls back. But today's candle proves that Bitcoin has been pulling back regardless of what the stock market's doing, which is rare, but happens. And finally, let's jump over to look at, some of these stocks that people were mentioning that were hitting critical MRI tops are pulling back. There it is. British American Tobacco for sure. Daily MRI top with a weekly MRI top. Just have to be patient a little bit. And finally, let's open up Ethereum. Tesla has been on a rally, but I'm bullish Tesla. But be careful, you have a weekly MRI top in Tesla as well, which makes sense because that's where the stock market is. And Let's look at shitcoins for a second. I want to see if Ethereum is driving the bus on. Oh, there it is. Oh, how about that call, Matt? Didn't I say Ethereum has topped?
You did, mate, but I mean, I was already short 2x leverage at that prior to that, at near the peak there. In fact,
yeah, MRI buy into an MRI sell, and boom, there it is. And this is what I'm expecting from Ethereum for years and years to come. So what happened to all those people that invested tens of thousands of Bitcoin into Ethereum? I don't know if they did or not, but the rumor has it that they did. And what's going to happen when their Ethereum starts to shit the bed versus Bitcoin? What are they going to do? Are they going to ride the Ethereum to zero and lose all their wealth? Or are they going to go back into Bitcoin? I mean, where else are they going to put their money? Are they going to put their money into Solana? Well, that's not doing any better. Look at this MRI top. Okay, so where do you put your money? Right? I mean, I guess you can put it into Tether if Bitcoin keeps going down, but you're kind of screwed.
I tell you where you should put your money, Tom. This is financial advice. You should buy 1990s, late 80s JDM Japanese sports cars. Those motherfuckers appreciate like you wouldn't believe. That's where the money is.
Wait, didn't I just buy one of those?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Yeah. So in case people are wondering what it was, it wasn't expensive either. It was I bought an early 2000s Japanese car. Well, Subaru. Everyone thinks it's an American car, but it's a car I've been looking for 2 years because I used to own it when I was younger, and I finally found one for sale.
Yeah, it's a classic. I love the Subaru. You follow me on Instagram tomorrow. I found a car yard, just like I said, it's a car cemetery basically, where they've got all these great JDM cars, the best cars, the 300ZXs and Godzillas and Yadas, everything. I'm gonna go there tomorrow and film some content because these are all like wrecks, but you just can't throw them out. They're so cool. I might buy all of them, fix them up.
Yeah, dude, I really think shitcoin season is over, and all of them hit their MRI tops, and bam, down they go. So very interesting. All right, let me glance at any live chat questions. I saw some come across the screen.
I've been throwing most of them up. Can you look at MSTR? Right. Can you look at DXC?
I don't understand the point of looking at MSTR.
Yeah,
like, I just don't get it. We're looking at the price of Bitcoin. MSTR is leveraged Bitcoin. It will go down faster when Bitcoin is going down, and it will go up faster when Bitcoin is going up. That's it. There's nothing else to it. Now, MSTR is on a weekly MRI buy, but it means nothing because Bitcoin is driving this bus, not MSTR. Now, it's kind of interesting that MSTR did top on these MRI tops, so maybe there's a chance here, but I'm not very bullish on this MRI buy on MSTR because Bitcoin is not in line. Let me see where Bitcoin was the week of May 12th and the week of November 24. So week of May 12th. Yeah, so Bitcoin was also topping the week of May 12th, even though Bitcoin went and made new highs. And it looks like MSTR barely did as well. So Bitcoin was topping there just like 1 week earlier. So they were in line, technically. Oh, no, wait. No, Bitcoin wasn't topping here. You're right. Yeah, so MSTR might have led the bus to the downside. And MSTR topped in November, where Bitcoin topped as well, but Bitcoin still had more room to go, and MSTR was already going down. So MSTR might be the leader here. April 7th was the week where Bitcoin found an MRI buy, and here it is, April 7th. Bitcoin drove the bus to the upside, where MSTR tends to have been driving the bus to the downside. what does this mean? I'm not sure. I'm a little bit skeptical here on this candle. Is it going to reverse the price of Bitcoin? Not if it looks like this. Like if this turns into a reversal candle, then maybe. But this candle is very bearish to me. I'm not jumping in on this Samurai buy on MSTR. And what else was asked?
The other one I didn't know. I just called it out because it was here. DXC.
DXC. Is that
I
a
don't know.
stock
No
or a
idea,
shitcoin? Looks very bearish to me. That is the weekly chart. Looks incredibly bearish, but I don't short $13 stocks, so there's not much you can do here. Yeah, this looks terrible. I don't know what this company does, but since the moment they went public, they only did it well for a few years, and then no idea what it does, but they're terrible at it because they're hitting like pandemic lows, which is embarrassing. And on a daily scale, it looks terrible as well. So no, total disaster. I would short if it wasn't a $13 stock. If they reverse merger and it's like a $70 stock, probably a good short.
You know, in the future, you're going to do a health show, and I'm going to do a Japanese motor cars and motor show. That's because that's what I'm into. Question here from Matt: do you buy old Japanese motorcycles too? I don't. My wife won't allow it, but I love them. I've had some cracking Japanese sports bikes in the past, absolute classics, but I'm not allowed to do that anymore. You have 3 kids, and your wife will not allow that.
Yeah, that's true. Someone is asking if I think we might have topped for the cycle. I don't think we topped for the cycle, but there's like extra stuff to the question of looking into comparisons. I'm not doing that now because that's going to take too much time.
Yeah, I think what you said before about the elongated extended cycle has merit. When I saw that divergence on the weekly, I was worried about it. And with the wave turning red, I think we've got some pain to go. But I'm a bit with you, mate. Like, I think it might surprise people that like Q2 next year we look really good, which is out of the cycle, 4-year cycle range. Right. I just see that as a possibility. Who knows?
GDP came in higher than expected. A little surprising, but sure. Initial jobless claims came in higher than expected. Durable good orders came in significantly higher than expected. Yeah, everything came in really, really good. So I don't really. Economic data looks good. Don't really see any issues there. I don't expect Bitcoin to decouple from the S&P for a long time. They are both risk-on assets, and in about 5 years, 50% of the companies in the S&P are gonna have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So Bitcoin ain't decoupling from the S&P anytime soon. Oh, Sandsnake, I'm with you. I had a 04 WRX, and that's what I was able to purchase once again.
All right. This is actually, I'm really enjoying the chat. We got a great community, man. We got the best community. Every night it's the same guys and girls. We love you. Thank you. But I gotta go. It's like 12:30 here. We don't know what's gonna happen. Let's just tomorrow's gonna be a really interesting show. Let's review tomorrow how we go from this point.
Yeah, the chat's been good today.
Yeah, really.
All right, we're gonna get going. We'll try to
that's been great.
Catch some of those questions next time. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.